All right. So I'm recording. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. So we are an already established church, whether BB Church or World Higher Church or Spirit Church, whatever church you're assigned to is correct. So we already have some online presence, but we don't have sufficient functionalities on our portal, right? We already have an online presence, but we don't have sufficient information features um, on our portal. Now, in the wake of COVID-19, it has really appended um, our interest to reach out and connect more with our members and our visitors online. And so the executives of the church and the leadership of the church, we've decided that we will need to have more features that will essentially help us reach out to the masses, reach out to our church members of all ages and of all different backgrounds as well. Um, and so previously we didn't have certain things, but now with our online presence, we want to have that. Previously, we did not have the donate feature where members can give and support the work that we do here at the church. And so now we want to have the donate feature. But here is what we want to do with the donate feature. So I'm going to tell you guys what we want to do with the donate feature. So we want to have a donate feature on our portal. So when members or visitors come to our home, they will see the donate button. Preferably, we want the donate button to be somewhere that is going to be visible. So maybe if it can be placed somewhere within the header menu, that will be awesome. So if we can have the donate button somewhere in the header menu, it's going to be great. And when somebody clicks on the donate button, here is what we want to present to them. We want them to have options of programs and projects that they can support us with. So we want them to have this, offering, tithing. Um, we want them to be able to support other projects that we have ongoing as well. We have three major projects. So there's one that we go to Latin America. We've been doing this for the last 5 years. We've been traveling to Guyana, going to Mexico, and then we've been going to Cayman Island as well. We want people to partner with us to support the kind of effort, the kind of programs that we have there. We have also, water and shelter project in Africa. Every year, we go to Africa to build, homes for, and then schools for, deprived communities, and also water. We want people to have access to clean water as well. And we want people to support us in this effort as well. So, the three things, the three key ones are the tithing, the offering, and the projects that we have, right? And the projects that we have. Um, and then the tithing, offering, this is what we wanted to happen. So for offering, we want to have like a custom field where members can select from what we are presented, and then there's going to be a custom field as well where they can enter the amount that they want to give by themselves. So When they go to offering page, when they click on offering as what they want to do, they'll be presented with some, preset or preloaded amount. And this is the amount that we want to show to them. You will see, $5, $20, $50, $80, and $100. And then there's going to be a custom field where they can enter the amount that they want to donate, right? So $5, $20, $50, $80, and $100, right? So if you're in a hurry, if you're trying to go somewhere, you can just click on one of these amounts, $20, $50, $80, and just go ahead and contribute, right? Or there's a custom field. If you have been touched by what we do and you want to give more, you can enter your own amount, your own preferred amount. So that's going to be the custom field where you enter, for instance, maybe $200, maybe $5,000, maybe $10,000, right? Or maybe $2. What you want to give, is not over there. So you want to give your own preferred custom amount, maybe $30, right? Or maybe $60, which is not there. But what we want to present to them initially is going to be 5, 20, 50, 80, and $100, and then a custom field, right? Where they can enter amount that they want. So this is what we want to do at the offering page. This is going to be the same thing that we will have at the tithing page as well. So when members, upon selecting, upon clicking on the donate button, they'll be presented with tithing. And so tithing, when they click on the tithing button as well, they will be redirected to all these options that I've just expressed. 5, 20, 50, 80, and 100, and then a custom field where they can enter their own preferred amount, right, as well. So take note of that. Now, the donate button, we will not really care if it's also called give, right? So when members come to our portal, they can see donate button or they can see give. I think, we will want to call the donate button, give. So that when they come on a platform, when they see give, they'll know exactly that, we want them to give to support us. So tithing and offering, that is what we want to do. Now, the projects that we have ongoing around the world as well, for the Africa project, we want to have the same set of, giving options, just like we've done for the offering, also over there, except that, we will want to add one more. The offering, we did only up to $100 as a preset, but the projects, we want to add, 2 more. So we want to have $200 and also $500 as well as an addition. The 2 additional fields, that additional amount that will be displayed to the members and then the visitors as well, so that they can just go ahead and select $500 and then you just go ahead and donate to us, right? This is going to be the same field for our Latin America projects as well. So the same thing, when they go to the Latin America projects or program, they will see the same field, just like they're seeing for the Africa projects. And then our other initiative, which is the Atlanta project, the local church, community project, members can donate. Members can donate same way with these additional fields as well, the $200 and $500 in addition to what I've expressed out. So this is going to be it for the give. Now, in the wake of COVID-19 and all this, pandemic, and how we want to reach out to our church family, we want to have a media center. Okay, we want to have a function on the platform called Media Center. So Media Center, we want to be able to broadcast our services online. Previously we've not been able to have our services go live on our platform. So Wednesday we have a Bible studies. Friday we have evening service. or Friday evening service, and then Sunday morning service. Sundays, we have two types of services, and we want to be able to have our Sunday two services all go live. Friday service also live as well. And then Wednesday Bible studies also go live. So um, when members go to our media center, they click on our media center, they will see all these services and then their live scheduled dates that they will go live as well. Now, also on this media center as well, we want members to have the ability to replay or watch old or previous sermons. So previous services that were live, we want them to be able to go over there and then replay that. So Wednesday Bible studies, there's going to be a section that members can replay the all the previous Wednesday Bible studies that we've had, and also Friday evening service as well, and then Sunday morning services as well. So we want to be able to catalog, right? We want to be able to have the ability to catalog all of these services, and then members can replay these services at any time that they want from anywhere around the world, right? So we want to go with the idea of church without borders, church without borders, or church with no borders, so that anywhere, anytime, members can connect to the authentic Word of God, authentic teachings that we have, right? So we want to have that on our platform. So please take note of that. I want you to take note of that. So take note. Take note. We want to have that. So services go live, and also a replay of our previously aired services and Bible studies as well. We want members to have the ability to view these videos or replay them also over there, right? Neatly or nicely arranged by the dates, right? So that they can search for it. So that's how we want to catalog these videos out there. Moving away from that, now in the wake of COVID, we realized that we are not being able to engage and connect with our members as we would. So we want to have a feature on our platform that's going to be prayer requests, right? So when they click on the prayer request from the home page, they'll be redirected to another page where they can simply they will have some fields that they need to fill. They'll have their first name, their last name, their email, their address, and then they will also have to enter their city where they're located, right? So the city, the state, and the zip code. So take note of these fields: first name, last name, their phone number, email, the city, the state, and the zip code, right? And then we will have a field that is going to be a drop down where they will have to select from among some options. So for the prayer request, you can select among these options that this is what your prayer request is about. So number one, if you need prayer for a breakthrough, you select one of these, right? There's going to be one there for breakthrough. Number two, if you need prayer for global opportunities, you select global opportunities, right? Number three, if you need prayer for educational scholarships and whatnot, you select that as well. So that's number three. Number four, if you need prayer for peace of mind, you do that as well. And the last one, if you need prayer for healing, you do that. That's going to be the fifth one. All right. Okay. And then not only that, after the selection from that drop-down options, members will also have a free text field. So there's going to be a text field that they can type in what the message that they want to communicate to leadership, right? They will have a text field that they will type in. There's going to be a free text field so that they can type in their own words what they want, right? Or what they want the leadership to hear from them. So they will type all the message in there as well, right? They will type all their messages in there. So that's good. All right. Now, we also want to have on our platform in the wake of COVID and all this, pandemic going on and our ability to reach out, we want to have an e-store. we want to have an e-store on our platform as a church. So on our e-store, we have a couple of things that we sell out there. So we have some sermons, some audios, files, or some audio teachings by our lead pastor. We want to have these items or this media stuff, out there. We have, conferences, tapes, series, other things like that that are all going to be out there on this platform that, members can search and they can buy, can purchase, right? We also want to have some of our church, materials like T-shirts for men, for women, for children, for kids, for adults. T-shirts is going to be on there, designed. There's going to be a lot of them, different flavors, different text on different messages on some of these T-shirts, different colors on these T-shirts. It's all going to be out there that members can order, right? They can order for these T-shirts. There's going to be other materials like, artwork, some artwork that by the church, that, people can order. There's going to be mugs, caps, pens, some other preference areas, things like that. So people can order, they can buy, they can essentially get it, from the e-store, right? So the e-store, they can also get magazines, right? They can get magazines of the church, some other, reading materials from the church. They can get it out there from our e-store, okay? The last thing that I want you guys to consider that we don't have now, that we want to have on our platform, is what we call resource center. So we want to have resource center on our platform. Now, on the resource center, we want to be able to equip our members in different ways. So we want to have a Bible study center where they will see study notes, weekly articles, prophecies, and whatnot. And then we also want to have another resource center that's going to be for devotions, right? The devotions. So daily devotions, weekly grace devotionals, all of this is going to be out there. And then we also want to have at the resource center confessions, powerful confessions that you can read, and then they can use that in their prayer as well, right? And also at the resource center, we also want to have, the same stuff that we have at the media center, archive messages and podcasts and other things like that, also on there as well on our resource center. Let me see if I remember anything that as the church leadership we want to have on our platform. Oh, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the give. So this is exact same scenario that I want to display out here. When you're talking to stakeholder, they will come back to previously what they have said and they say, okay, I remember this. Let me just add that to that, right? Exactly like a stakeholder. So on the give button or the donate button that previously we've said, we want to have our building fund. We want to have our building fund also out there, right? So we want to have our building fund where members can support. Now, the options that are going to be under the building fund button, or the building fund option for them to select, when they select what they will see, is going to be the same thing like we have for the offering and tithing, okay? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We want to have that also over there. I think the rest of the stuff, they're already on there on our platform. And so we don't really have to sweat about it. We already have a couple of things on our website, like about us, about our pastor, history and all of that. The last feature that we want to have on our platform is locations. We want members to be able to find us and then be able to locate us everywhere that they are. So locations as well, when they click on locations, this is what we want to display. We want to have this functionality that when you enter your zip code, so members can enter their zip code. When you enter the zip code, the filtering or that functionality will display all the local churches that is close by your zip code. Um, Primarily, we are located in 15 states. And I want you guys to keep in mind, we are located in 15 states. And I'm going to give out all these states. Now, when I give out these states, um, I want you guys, to go out there and look for the state capitals, okay? You guys have an assignment to look for the state capitals, and every state capital, we will have a church in there, okay? So 15 states. Here are 15 states I want you to take down. We are in Washington. Remember, Washington State is not Washington, D.C. as a capital of Maryland. Keep that in mind. Washington State with a capital as, Seattle. That is what I'm saying. I'm helping you. That's number one. Number two, we are also in Oregon. We are in Oregon. Number three, we are in, California. California. We are in Arizona. We are in New Mexico. We are in Texas. We are in Louisiana. We are in Oklahoma. We are in Arkansas. We are in Arkansas. We are in Mississippi. We are in Alabama. We are in Georgia. We're in Florida. How many do I have so far? We're in Florida. We're in Tennessee. We are in Colorado. We're in Illinois. How many do I have so far? Put it in the chat box. How many do I have so far? 16? 16, okay. All right, so we'll keep it at 16 then. It's okay then. We'll keep it at 16. So that's the states that we are in. So I want you guys to go and then pick up the state capital for each and one of these states, and then you're gonna have a church location in there. So I want you to be creative. Pick up any address from any of these this state capital, right? I wouldn't mind if you said 100, 16th Street, 16th High Street, whatever. For instance, if it's in Georgia, you say Atlanta. If it's in Colorado, you say Denver. Whatever the state capital might be, Aurora or whatever. Whatever the state capital is, put it over there. If it's California, it's Los Angeles. So whatever the state capital is, make sure you got it. You got it over there, and then be creative and say the church address is this over there. I will inspect that. So this is the requirement for the church. Now get to work. Now get to work. Now I'm going to unmute you guys. I'm going to inspect what we did yesterday for the donate. And I think donate, we already done offering, tithing. So at least I want to see what has been done. And let me correct you if your storage structure is not correct. So Bernice, you can go ahead and share your screen again. Or today, no, today I'm going to go to James. So James, go ahead and then share your screen. And then let me see, and I'll come back to you, Bernice, before we end this session. So James, I'm starting with you today. You can go ahead and then share your screen. Let me stop sharing. So James, go ahead and share your screen, and I will. Okay. All right, so let me unmute you so that you can hold on. Allow participants to. So you guys should be able to unmute yourself. So as you walk me through, you can talk through it, and then we are all listening, right? Okay. All right, go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. And let's see what you have
Yeah.
done.
So these are the epics.
Okay.
And these are the donate epic. I was actually playing around yesterday, trying to.
Oh, okay. So you actually went ahead. So that's why you have to listen to the stakeholder first. So you already started putting in ministries
No,
and all
actually, I
that
was.
as your epics. So that's why I said you have to listen to your stakeholder. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was just actually playing around a little bit to see
No, no,
how
no.
how to.
You don't have to delete the additional epics that you have. Now you have more work to do. So that means now, 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 apart from what I've given you, you have given yourself more work, and I will want you to stick to it. Okay. So you stick to the additional epics that you have in there, the ministries and whatnot. I will have to get with you, and then you will have to add whatever ministries and what are things that you want to, or stories that will come under ministry. That's fine. You just have additional work to do. So if everybody's going to be doing about maybe 5 epic, now you have about 8, 9 epics, right, to develop. So that's okay. All right, so go ahead and show us what you have done.
Yeah, so I did the title here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what before the requirements and it
Mm-hmm.
was. But I just try to play around a little bit, so I'll just modify them. I just wanted to see if the acceptance criteria was. I mean, the format was a good one. I was worried about it, but I guess it doesn't matter now because I have to get the requirements right before.
Yeah, so walk us through it real quick. Read the story to us, and then that's what the criteria that you have also to us, and then we'll begin to dig down.
Also, with the acceptance criteria,
No, no, no,
wrote them
the story first.
as a visitor.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have the ability to pay my tithes on the church website so that I can support God's work.
Okay, guys. I will need you guys to vet this. Does it have all the structures that we need? The role, the goal, and the benefit, or the expected outcome? Yes. Yes. Um, oh, you guys are all muted. Yeah. Yes.
So I do have a quick question.
Okay. So reserve the question for now. Like we want to be able to settle on this story. Does it have all the structures in there? The role, the goal, and the benefit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as a visitor, I want to. Okay. So as a visitor, that's the role. We see the persona in
Mhm.
there. So the persona is right there. A visitor, a member, whatever that you use is going to be correct. So I want to have the ability to pay my tithe on the church website. Okay. So that we see the benefits, the expected outcome, so that I can support God's work. Okay, that's okay. And then go ahead with your acceptance criteria, James.
Well, the acceptance criteria, I mean, this was before the requirement, but a visitor should be on the main page of the church website. That's a precondition. He has to be there before he can transact anything that he wants to go through. And whilst he's there and clicks on the donate feature, when the visitor selects tithes on the donate drop down button
Mm-hmm.
to move to the web page of the tithe feature, and then this one I was like, okay, enter the amount, first name. I looked at the another website that I'm very familiar with, the church, my church website. First name, last name, email address, and select payment type from the payment drop down button. And then what I did here was select any payment type and enter all requirement information on the selected payment type web page and click pay now. The system should allow the visitor to pay their tithes.
Okay. All right. So you've captured some of the most important stuff as well, and I know that there are some other few items that are also missing out of this as well. So yeah, given that you are on the check page, you have to be on the check page, to be able to donate, right? That's number one. To be able to, donate as well, you select, the donate or the give. You have to click on the give button or the donate button, and then donate drop down button to. Okay, so over there where you say when the visitor selects the tithing. So this is specific for, from the tithe. Okay, for the tithing. So the visitor select tithing on the donate drop down. Okay, so here is what's going on. As I was giving the requirement this morning, you would have to change this a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
the solution that you're giving over here suggests that when the visitor clicks on the donate or the give button on the home page, there's going to be a drop down. But as a matter of fact, from the requirement that I'm giving today or this morning, there's not going to be a drop down, but there's going to be the visitor will be redirected to a page, right? Where they will see the options available for them to select and then work with, right? So this could have been another option that I could have given. I could have given the drop down option from the main homepage, where when they click on it, they see all the tithing, offering, Africa project, all those things and whatnot. They would have seen all those things. But I don't want the solutioning to be like that. I want the solution to be on a page by itself, right? Where they will see all the options, right? So we will need to check that as well. And then enter the amount, first name, last name, email. So all these details, you will have to follow the requirement that I've given, and then correct some of these things as well. Yes, when the members are ready to pay, this one is correct. When the members, select, the amount, let's say $50 from the offering option, and then they say pay now or whatever the option might be, they'll be redirected to a list of preferred options, payment option. It could be, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and then add that. Now that we're going through this, let me add that those information. So as they select the amount and then they say, okay, I want to go ahead and pay, they'll be given or they'll be presented with some preferred method of payment. So number one, it's going to be Visa. Number two, it's going to be PayPal. Number three, they can pay with Android Pay and then Apple Pay as well on the platform. So guys, note that down. Note that down. So on the platform, these are going to be the initial method of payments. So once they select the method of payment, the preferred method of payment, now they can go ahead and then pay. So whilst paying, the form, the method of payment that they've selected will prompt them to fill certain details. So depending on the method of payment, PayPal is very different. You'll have to authenticate and it will get you into your PayPal account. So it's not going to be the same thing as for your Visa, right? So whatever that you are prompted with, you fill in the details, your first name, last name, your address, your card number. If it's for Visa, you enter your 16 digits, Visa debit card number or credit card number, and then all the other, expiry date, CCV number, and all those things that the card that will prompt you to enter. You just have to follow the prompt. So this is exactly what you're supposed to like the simple or the path that you will have to you'll be tread on, you'll be walk. And then the system should allow you the visitor to pay. And then finally, when you say confirm pay, it will allow you to pay. And then when it is done, I will want this confirmation message to be displayed. So take note. Take note of this. When the payment is complete, we will want this message to be displayed to the visitor. Now, the visitor will have entered the email address. We will send an email to the visitor, all right, but we also want this message to be displayed on the screen. Thank you for supporting God's work. Thank you for supporting God's work, right? Thank you for supporting God's work. And we will also send an email to this individual because they provided their email in the course of the payment. And we'll also we'll draft a very nice email content. And this email will be sent out to this individual as well to also thank them again for the contribution that they've made. All right. So that is going to be the process over there. Okay. So that's great. It's great that you'll be able to figure out your way around the story. How to draft a story, how to write an epic, get different stories into your epic, and all of that. So that's great. Who else is also done with the assignment? Kofi, are you done with your assignment?
I'm done.
Okay, so James, you need to stop sharing so that Kofi will share his.
Oh, better now?
Yeah, so stop sharing so that Kofi will share now. So Kofi, go ahead and share yours. Let's see what you have done.
Okay. I'm actually making use of the app because my machine is a bit down.
Okay.
Yeah. So please, can you see the screen?
Yes, we'll be able to see your screen.
Okay. So the generation feature.
Okay.
So my title.
Mm-hmm.
So the story is, as a registered member of the church, I want to be able to pay my monthly tithe to fulfill my spiritual mandate.
Okay. You have to correct the spelling of the titles later on, but move on.
And then the acceptance criteria, registered members should be able to pay their tithe.
Mm-hmm.
And then registered members should be able to pay their tithe from their bank account. Registered members should be able to pay their tithe from their mobile wallet. Registered members should be able to pay their tithe from their MasterCards. Registered members should be able to pay their tithe from their Visa cards. Must be accessible to only registered members.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
looking at James.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of realized that it's more or less like the necessary steps. I
Yes.
stand corrected.
Yeah. So it is more or less, yeah. You're absolutely right. We need to have the steps to verify and then validate the steps. Make sure that um, the steps looks good. That's exactly what the user experience will look like, right? It's not going to be different. Um, all the things that you have here is correct, but all of these things will come under the preferred method of payment. Okay, you have bank account, mobile wallet, Mastercard, Visa, and all that. These are all the options that will come under the preferred method of payment step, right? So members will be able to pay when they get to that page. We have all these options over there, but yes, but we will need to see the necessary steps that will lead us to this page. This one, the aspect criteria that they have information here, it is almost like maybe the third process or the third step in the process of paying or something like that. Maybe the fourth step when it comes to this. But we will need the steps that will lead us to the fourth step, which will present us with all these bank accounts, Visa, PayPal, and all the other options. All right.
Okay.
So let's get the first steps. And I think I've given enough information this morning for what needs to be seen at every step, right? And then the selection and other user entries by the visitor or the member, what they need to do at each step before they get over to here, the selection of the payment method over here. So there are a couple of things that needs to be done before we get to the payment method. So, yes, go back and then correct all those issues. So stop sharing and then let's run. We have some few minutes. Let me go to Eben before I come to Bernice. So stop sharing. Eben, go ahead and share what you have done.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So this is what I've done. With my, please, can you all see?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. So the story is, as a church member, I want the ability to pay my tithe so that I can fulfill my commitment to God. And then when you come to the acceptance criteria, the first one says payment must be made by members and non-members of the church. The second one is payments can be made in any currency or cryptocurrency of choice. The third one is payments can be made through various payment gateways like Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, etc. The fourth one is payment confirmation should be sent to the requested emails of members or non-members. The fifth one, payment verifications should not take more than 10 seconds.
Okay.
The sixth one is church members' profile account should be updated for tithes paid each month. And then I have total tithes contributed by members and non-members for the month should be available.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
great.
so
So you definitely have some of the key things that I've mentioned, but ensure that you include the steps or the information I've provided. For instance, for offering, what are the set of options that are going to be available, and then the custom ones. I'll need to see all those things. So I will inspect this again to make sure that you've accommodated the requirement of the stakeholder, right? So
okay.
if it's tithing, make sure that you have the right information for tithing. If it's offering, for the next ones, for the additional story that you write, make sure that you have that in as well. And then
Okay.
for the other projects, I want to see all those options that I expressed, as a stakeholder. We want to see that.
Okay.
So this is a good starting point. You also even have some other information in that is also great, like 10 seconds. These are non-functional stuff that you've committed also over there that, if payment processing and payment, confirmation and verification takes more than that, then that means there's a problem. So you've included some non-functional stuff, which is also great, to have in there. But make sure that it is the stakeholder that is saying it. Even though you've taken the lead in doing this, that is great. It's awesome. I love it. You're thinking ahead. I like the idea of cryptocurrency choices, cryptocurrency choices, and other options that are also in here, which is great. We'll talk about that later on. But this is a great way to start it. So thank you. You can stop sharing, and let's go to Jeffrey. So Jeffrey, go ahead and share quick. We have some few minutes left. We have 7 minutes. Go.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
So I'm also using my phone. So
Okay.
so this is mine. I don't know if you can see me.
Yeah, we can see you. Go ahead and walk us through it.
So Ali wrote one acceptance criteria, and my story is, as a Christian, I'd want the ability to pay my tithe so I can fulfill my commitment to God. And my acceptance criteria I gave was, given that I have access to the payment option, I can send the money and receive a confirmation.
Given that I have access to the payment option, I can send the money and receive a confirmation. Okay, as a Christian. So as a Christian, no, we want to see the persona. Okay, so you need to change that, not necessarily as a Christian. We want to see the persona. Are you a member? Are you a customer? Are you a visitor? Are you an admin? Whatever you are, your role, your function is. That is what we want to see. So you might have to correct that. And also, I think today you've received a lot of information. So I will need this, corrected. Make sure that you have sufficient information for tomorrow. I will inspect what you have done as well. And a certain criteria, make sure that all the information that we're talking about, you've seen what others are doing. So make sure that you
Yeah.
correct it as well. All right, let me come to Bernice. Let me come to you, Bernice, now. So you can stop sharing, and then let me come to you.
Okay. Let me see here. Share. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we able to see your screen now. Yes.
Okay. So this is what I have here. And for my story, as y'all helped me yesterday to write it, as a church member or visitor, I want to have the ability to pay my tithe so that I fulfill my commitment to God. And here were the acceptance criteria that I wrote down. I wrote down that it wasn't just for visitors or just for members, you know, it must be accessible to both visitors and the members of the church. Okay. And both the visitors and the members of the church should have access to the tithing under the donate feature on our website. And when visitors and members click on this donate feature, they must see tithing in the drop down that shows a list or option of our giving activities in the church that they can choose from. And I also wrote down visitors and the members must be able to click to select the tithing if that is what they are, as that is our story right now. They should be able to click it. And once they click it, it should take them to a secure page that gives them the option to choose from a given amount, or if the amount does not show, they should also have an option to enter a desired amount that they wish to give for their tithing.
Okay.
And also there should be a form of payment to choose from to make their contribution to their tithes and offering. And I also wrote down visitors and members must have the option to sign in or give as a guest, or be able to enter to sign in, as in to create a sign in for their giving, or just to, you know, some people do not want to do that. It's just a one-time thing. So they should also be able to sign in as a guest and not to really be having to require to create a sign in at the moment. Okay. And they should be able to enter their first name and last name, and to also let us know whether they are visitors or members. Mm-hmm. And lastly, I wrote that visitors should see a confirmation pop up on their screens after they have given that says that you have successfully given to our church. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you've gotten, like, what most of the people they've already done. You've gotten some of the things right. I will need you to go back and then make sure that you have the right information as has been expressed by the stakeholder, that this is what we want to see on tithing, this is what we want to see on offering, this is what we want to see on our programs. So you guys should do the needful, go back, correct as much as possible, and then we will do that. Let me talk to Reagan and then Joseph Income if they were able to follow along and then have something in. So Joseph, I see that Joseph, you're on, and then Reagan, have you been following, and have you created any kind of story or anything?
Yeah. I mean, it has been on and off because of the current situation I normally find myself in. Okay. But normally I feel like, because catching up with my people, I'll finish with them around 4 o'clock. Oh, let me take like a 2 hours nap, and by the time I realize it's already 7. So when I get to bed early, I haven't been sleeping the whole of almost 1 week now, and I tell you, that's been
Joseph Income, is that the same thing for you? Have you been be able to follow along and be able to have some stories or something also done on your side? Let me see, Joseph.
Yeah, but
hello,
Joseph, yes.
Yeah, because I'm far behind. I just want to follow
The videos.
the videos. Then after
Okay.
that,
Okay.
okay.
Bernice, you also mentioned that you have a question. So let's do that quick from the requirements. I have some. It's already.
No,
Yeah.
so that's okay. I think it's okay. I was just gonna ask. I thought that was the only screen we're gonna share for the day, and I was just gonna ask. So, are we just going to open the website just for visitors or just for members? Because it looks like it was one or the other.
Okay.
But I think since it was just everybody sharing theirs and just really putting their thoughts out there.
Okay.
Maybe you can just clarify that for all of us, just so we know that
Yeah.
the church is not just open to just the members, like outsiders can also come on there.
Yeah. So pretty much when you have a website up and live, anybody, it is not just for your members only. Anybody can be visitors, there can be guests, there can be members of visiting your site. So you need to make provision for all these audiences, right? So yes, as a matter of fact, I like the flavor of people writing a story. I think you also did the same thing for a visitor and a member, or for a member or whatever. Next time you can break it down and then have a guest story and have a member story if you want to go that route, right? And make sure that you customize it, make sure that all the content will be for a member and then for a visitor as well. Who don't want to sign up, who don't want to receive any emails or anything, they just do it for one time, they're not coming back again and whatnot, right? So you can have a separate story for that. Remember, stories must have one word, one goal, right? So you cannot have two personas in the same story, right? A member, an admin, a visitor, whatever. You cannot have two personas. You need to have one persona each for each story. So take note of that and then correct that as much as possible as you go along. I believe that's going to be it. It's already 7, and we will take off from here tomorrow. So tomorrow, I expect that you guys will go very far with your story writings and all the features that I've expressed as a stakeholder. I'll also be available for clarification. Remember, I am your stakeholder. If you have questions, ask, right? When you ask questions, I'll be able to clarify. I'm your single point of contact, remember, when it comes to clarity of requirements or feature sets. So if there's something on prayer request you don't understand, there's something on resource center, media center, whatever that features that I've said that we are building and you don't get it, you need to make sure that I'm in the know so that I can help you. All right. Have a good day, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow.